Okay, good morning once again. We shall be looking today at health commodity procurement. Procurement, as we know, is a vital part of logistics cycle, ensuring the availability of the right products when it's needed. It plays a crucial role in meeting the six rights of supply chain management. When we talk of the six rights of the supply chain management, we look at the following. Okay, we look at the right product. Have we ordered, is the product that has been delivered the right product we ordered? Okay, was it supplied at the right cost that we specified? Okay, has it been delivered to the right place? Okay, was it timely? Was it within the time frame we expected? Is it the quality we expected? And even is it the quantity? Okay, so these are the six important R's of supply chain management. Additionally, procurement units ensure compliance with national procurement regulations. We know that all goods and services, services being provided in the country have to undergo through certain kind of regulations. So all this should be able to comply within the standards and the regulations. The Ministry of Health or Central Medical Stores normally manages the procurement for public health supplies in many countries. Exactly, this is what happens as well in South Sudan, as you might have known already. Uh, they they purchase the necessary quantities of quality products based on instructions from the program units. Procurement staff often have experience with the pricing, the budgeting, and also the quantities that are needed to be ordered. We have key stakeholders in procurement. The procurement process involves multiple stakeholders, including program units, the national drug regulatory agent, funding agencies, and also the manufacturers. Therefore, effective coordination among these parties is essential for a successful procurement. Some terminologies in health commodity procurement, we have tender, we have bidding process, okay, we have contract or framework contract, we have good manufacturing practices, GMP, pre-qualifications, supplier, direct procurement, and indirect procurement. Uh, Procurement process, we say procurement is a decision-making process that involves buying products. It focuses on fairness and competition to ensure transparency and adherence to regulations. The process comprises three phases. We have the first is program planning, and then followed by procurement processes, and then the performance. Product selection and quantification. The product selection and qualification are crucial steps before starting the procurement. Information from this step is submitted to the procurement unit to obtain the right quantities of products. Okay, so always we have to specify and select and quantify. Okay, what exactly are we buying? Having the specific quantity will help us uh, estimate the right cost for it. Otherwise, without specifying, it will be impossible to know how much we might spend on this procurement process. The specifications ensure that procured products meet regulatory and also quality requirements. They include technical specifications, okay, quality assurance requirements, and then packaging and even shipping standards. Assessment and selection of procurement options. We say procurement units often have two main options. One is direct or indirect procurement. Uh, the other is the choice. The choice depends on factors like products, quantities, skills, and infrastructure. We have regional full procurement system can also be beneficial. We shall look at the difference between the direct and the indirect procurement in the next slides. Decision making in procurement, we say deciding between direct and indirect procurement options requires evaluating the risk and benefits, considering factors like product cost, the fees, expertise, and regulatory compliance. Budget funding and procurement requisition. So this phase of procurement involves careful financing planning, coordinating with funding agencies, and requisitioning of funds. The procurement unit provides essential inputs on product pricing, reference prices, and historical price data. So before before placing a procurement, already we might have discussed all these requirements. Okay, what budget do we have? Because this budget will help determine uh, it will help limit set for us the limits within which we are able to make this procurement. Okay, and then we also need a requisition that has to be placed, and then approvals can be made before it can proceed. Budgets must factor in additional expenses such as shipping, insurance, storage, and clearance costs. So normally, if this is an international order that we are placing, okay, we should know that the budget line that we have for this kind of procurement includes everything. Otherwise, we shall run out of budget because this is something perhaps in the initial proposal, it is something we thought we could buy from within, but it is not within. Maybe we are putting an international order, so we have to figure out everything, how much it will take with the shipping, or if insurance is needed, and then storage in between, okay, before it reaches the final destination. Timely availability of funds is critical to avoid the procurement delays. Procurement planning is effective procurement planning is essential due to the time-consuming nature of procurement and the need to coordinate fund availability and currency exchange issues. A procurement plan often based on supply plans outlines shipment quantities, procurement methods, key steps, and timelines. A rolling procurement plan ensures continuous availability of products and helps to determine when to place the next order. So let's come back to this point: procurement planning and the current exchange issues. For all of us who have been in South Sudan and working with certain projects, you will know that this is normally one of the key issues we face within our project cycles because of the rapidly depreciating value of our local currency. Okay, changes happen each and every month, and then it makes your planning quite difficult. For example, you are conducting maybe routine trainings, and for each participant, maybe per training, you are buying items in the market, or you are giving these participants a certain amount of incentive for attendance. So all these kind of things keep on changing in the subsequent months. That means you cannot be able to predict with our current market strategy as to how much a kilo of sugar might cost in the coming 3 or 4 months, or even in the coming month. Okay. So, and many a times we do all these kind of things in the local currency because these are local passages, so you're using in the local currency. So it becomes really a challenging point for a procurement system. Procurement methods include competitive bidding, requests for quotations, sole source procurement, and shopping. Each method has a unique timeline and task. Long-term contract options such as framework contract can enhance competitiveness but may be subject to regulatory limitations. So these are some of the procurement methods. Okay, it's either we use a competitive bidding, or we can say we can place a request for quotations, or we can use the sole source procurement, which is I think almost what I've already mentioned. Sole source procurement means we are always getting the supplies from one person. Okay, and this could be due to an advantage where no any other particular provider is able to supply these kind of things, and then we shall have just to rely on this same particular person. Okay, or shopping, we just go and buy things. This one is applicable when these are things that we can always find everywhere in the market. So you go and just do the shopping. Creating comprehensive bidding documents is crucial for competitive procurement. Okay. These documents should specify quantities, specifications, delivery dates, regulations, procedures, and selection criteria. So we do this while we're developing the bidding documents and invitation for offers. It has to go through a process, otherwise you need to clarify it well so that you're able to get exactly the bidder that meets your specifications. Careful document review and approval are essential before releasing them to suppliers through various channels. So that means before we already make an application for bidders, we already know that we have reviewed our document very well and it really specifies comprehensively what we need. Otherwise, if we leave something out and we already have a bidder, this bidder will not be able to cater out for what we did not specify. That will also need maybe another bidding process, which might not be very soon. Selecting suppliers. Supplier selection plays an important role in the program success. Evaluation committees assess bids based on requirements set in the bidding document. Qualified bids are evaluated for compliance, financial stability, past performance, and adherence to quality standards. So we shall evaluate this bidder that has won the contract. We look at how compliant is he to the regulations that to the demands that we put in our document. Okay, how financial stable is this person? Is he always stable to the level that he can manage things, or sometimes there are delays because he lacks the money to be able to provide the supplies we need. We can also look at his past performance. How good was it? Uh, was it satisfactory? Improvements needed, or maybe it was worse that we need to reconsider the bidding process, and also whether there was adherence to quality standards. So it is not just like being able to supply, but also is he meeting the quality standards for the supplies that we have specified in our document. So a fair and transparent evaluation process is always essential to maintain a supplier's confidence so that it is good for the supplier, it's also good for us. It's a win-win kind of process. So it is not only one side, it is both ways. Awarding the contract legally binds the purchaser and the supplier. Payment methods include letters of credit and down payments are determined to facilitate timely supply. So down payments here, for example, is referring to a kind of payment where we ask the perhaps the supplier to the purchaser, for example, to first pay certain amount in advance. For example, it is like someone is buying a plot of a piece of land, and then he might, if the price of this piece of land is maybe 250,000 US dollars, and then we may ask this person to at least pay 150 as a start, and then he can be able to bring the other one in installments on a specified period of time. So this is what we call down payments, and sometimes it determines how much. I mean, who might be the eligible person. Okay, sometimes we can go for someone who can pay a larger down payment because we need that than the one who pays a smaller one. For example, in renting a house in Juba, a landlord will say, "I need 6 months in advance," and somebody will say, I can pay for 9 months. You see, so definitely the landlord will just go with this one for 9 months because already the down payment here is something ahead as compared to somebody who will be paying 3 months. Contract approval by relevant authorities is essential with all documents properly signed and also authorized. Monitoring contract performance. Monitoring suppliers' compliance ensures adherence to technical specifications and contractual requirements. A contract performance monitoring system helps identify issues early, facilitating timely resolutions and alternative solutions. And then key components include procurement documents, procedures for addressing issues, and pre-shipment compliance plan. So we said a contract performance monitoring system helps identify issues early. Okay, if we are continuously monitoring, we shall be able to detect if there are deviations earlier enough in the program, and then we can have timely resolutions. We can meet the supplier and discuss to also understand from his side why things are not going as planned, or also from our side, and then we can resolve alternative solutions, and then we move on. Challenges in procurement. The public sector procurement of healthcare supplies faces various challenges, including accurate quantification of forecasting of data. This is really a very important point, especially for us in the healthcare system and also in remote settings like in some areas of South Sudan, where yeah, then we have delays in receiving supplies. So if we don't really have accurate quantification and forecasting, we shall always be in shortages. Or we might also be in excess of things that we may not use within this given period. So it's all about a balance. Lengthy procurement processes, okay, delays in funding, allocation, and release, product quality assurance, particularly concerning counterfeit and substandard products. So all these are really important challenges that we always face, and we need to adjust to be able to reach timely supplies. Okay, we have come to the end of this session. Thank you for being with me, and see you in the next lecture.